very, very difficult to transition between the middle part of the map and the southern part. And this part, while it is a little bit segregated, it's not nearly as segregated as the southern part. The northern part has probably 6 different routes to get across, so it's unlikely that you're going to be camped there on the bridges or the land passings up there by Stalber.
And it seems like nobody wants to go there, just Naya or Mansion, which can be quite divine. But a lot of teams, look at this. A lot of teams going there to military base in Noble, and oh my goodness, look at that view.
You saw the players all up there. You're going to see them get knocked out one by one. We'll see how quickly they want to keep their face up on that board, I'm having a feeling.
And PRK here right behind Team Terror from India. Terror decides, you know what, I see a team behind us, let's just not go there. And PRK actually not going to Pochinki. Interesting plays there by him. They're more than likely going to go just try to play it safe from the get-go, see where all the teams are going to be landing, and then just try to adjust their strategy. That's more than likely something we're going to see from a lot of teams here.
And PUBG, can we get Watertown's name on that map there? It needs some love. Watertown, we absolutely love it. So we're going to see some people. Looting up here, we've got BRK from South America looting up right away in Watertown, and they are all alone.
Watertown, I actually don't see many teams looting here. The loot quality is not up to standard, and as I say that, he does find pretty much an MP9 and a Tommy gun, which those guns can be really, really good up close. And talking about, was that Wildcard and Fandy already going to go ahead and just pretty much find it out? Full send?
We'll see. We've got some action here. It looks like Wildcard dropped into Primorstown in the southwestern part of the map, and we also have some company down there. Hot Jukes and Seagut looking out the window at Fandy. She's thinking probably the right way. Let's get the heck out of here.
And Fandy already has an AKM. Oh my goodness, she's looking out for some action there. You can't and peek for too long, because as Hot Joke said, if you peek, you're more than likely gonna die, especially against Wildcard. So something to go ahead and take a look at. And look at this, Cloud9 decides to go Jasnaya instead of Novo. That's something that I have not seen them do before.
Novo was definitely a ways away, and then we're going to have to compete for a car to get over there. As you remember, wow, here we go. We're going to transition to action right away. Outsider putting some really lethal shots there onto Fandy, and they are going to advance and try to press their... advantage here.
Fandy more than likely telling her team, you know what, I'm getting shot.
Paling promosikno papnya lho, Rut.
Oh, Sanhok. Iya. And these teams, even though they are trying to maybe
muter cok. Asline ngenteni metu map sing nyarsik yo. Sing atal yo.
Cok muter cok Hatem.
Hah?
Muter iki.
Muter.
Ngono piro?
48.
Gage, they're also trying to loot up, as we can see there, Katarina, just with the shotgun out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much trying to find an AR or an SMG, something that she can actually go ahead and use mid-range. And look at this, talking about Noble, there is 2 teams here, as we got LHW, and we also have Team 17, and they're just pretty much looting it up. Actually,
oh, wow, Korea winner chicken dinner, and it looks like Illuminate is going at it with the Team Galaxy. Kong going down early, and he will be the second player eliminated for Team Galaxy, representing Samsung.
And Illuminate, the winners of the exhibition match, they're more than likely going to go ahead and still try to ride that wave and get down.
Dude, you forgot your weapons, my friend. Go back and get some weapons.
He's saying, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Illuminate is right there. We don't want any of that this early on. It is way too early, and this man has a DP. I know a couple players there that use DP. Mortal comes to mind.
Dude's like, yo, this UAZ is right up my alley. We do have a real-life UAZ parked out back of the studio, so those here definitely need to go check that out. But wow, sirs, we got action here in Novorossiysk. LHW taking on Korean Winter Chicken Dinner, 2 high-powered teams from Asia.
Korean Winter Chicken Dinner, just pretty much with a player down. Are they going to go ahead and try to pick him up right away? LHW just waiting patiently. He knows somebody's behind him. Great place here by him. As he's on top of the roof, he's going to be able to see a lot more.
Look at those shots.
My goodness, accurate shots there with the M4. Now they're going to go ahead and just start pushing and finish finishing up these kills because it is 15 points per kill. So you're more than likely gonna hear me say that again and again. Just to remind you, the jukes there. The jukes were on point for a second there.
Justice getting a knock there on Zed. But as return fire coming in, it looks like LZD coming up, taking him out. And that is the first team off the board. Korea winner chicken dinner out early in Novo. LH Doyu was China's #1 finishing team, and they're showing why they are such right here in the tournament.
In this zone, Pachinki, George Bull, all that, Novo and military outside that zone, something to go ahead and keep an eye out on, because they are going to have to go through either the bridges, as we were mentioning earlier, or just get on a boat, or I don't know who else. Maybe they're going to try to swim, which is really not recommended.
You know, we saw Evos and Cloud9 in the build-up to this game talk about a little bit of a rivalry. Evos saying they aren't scared. Well, they're going to have an opportunity to show exactly how not scared they are of Cloud9. They are both occupying Yasnaya, one in the east, one in the west, but it's going to be interesting to see if they choose to engage early, or will they bounce out and try to rotate around to get better placement in the next zone.
And look at Hero right here. My goodness, that man's got some cojones, because he's out in the middle of nowhere and rushing towards a full team that's more than likely already has a gun to their name.
His squad's behind him as well, though. Hero pushing into Severny right now, trying to catch these guys off guard. We'll see if he's actually able to accomplish that. It doesn't look like he even knows anyone is there. A full squad, it looks like Team GG. Gamers from the Middle East, they are sitting and waiting, loading up. Severny was pretty close to that plane path, but it looks like they could see some action here shortly.
Yeah, and Hero does have this car automatic rifle, so if he does need to go ahead and engage, he will be able to maybe take out more than one against that team. And look at this, Hero's pretty much telling his team, you know what, I think there's somebody here. Please come and help me out.
Doc's out for a jog. Doc is out for a jog. It looks like Hero is just out getting some exercise up north right now. GG looking pretty strong, getting that loot. We got Majed, he's getting that top looter there. Not much
getting
left.
Those smokes too. We're gonna see a lot of teams just trying to get as many smokes, especially towards the end of the game. And look at this, Sam already got a little bit hurt there. Here comes a grenade from Evils, trying to catch Sam. 2 grenades, backing it up there. Kobe, baby, is he gonna be able to get him? Ooh, no, Sam actually, you know what? Sam noticed that and he backs up a little bit. But this is pretty much
he is knocked and under fire. They're trying to pick up Sam. Evo's on the advantage early, and they know they're going up against Cloud9, but Rolex coming out of the window and knocking one of the Evo's players on top. Both teams have knocked players, but unfortunately, Nade's doing damage to Sam, and Cloud9's top player is on his knees right now, begging for some help.
And as we see here, Carnage is pretty much just trying to go around. They don't want to sacrifice a player just yet. They need to go ahead and pick him up, and that's exactly what they're doing. If for some reason Evo's decided to go ahead and push this, at least they also have Kodo for Cloud9 as backup as well.
There's great rotation there from Cloud9, using the buildings for cover, going all the way around the long way, but also timing it so that they did arrive in time. Rolex again putting out some suppressing fire. They're holding Evos in their place, making it so they are unable to take advantage of their advantage in this situation.
And talking about the smokes, here comes the smokes. You're pretty much giving Sam some room to be able to move, just back up a little bit, and it seems that's exactly what Cloud9 is doing. But look at Rolex. Rolex hasn't even moved a bit. Rolex, there you go. Now he more than likely heard his team saying, you know what, let's not engage that. We already know who that team is. Maybe let's wait it out towards the end there.
No need to fight against one of the stronger teams right off the bat here. They decide to fight another day, but good job to them by getting their player up out of harm's way early. Now they know where they stand, they know who's near them, and they know where they have to rotate. Rolex did a great job sitting on point there on the building, really holding Evos in place, making sure none of them could peek efficiently as he got that early knock, and then also covering them on their retreat, making sure his team was out of harm's way before he himself fell back.
And look at that zone right there. Still, oh my goodness, that zone has nobody in it, so that's actually good for all the teams. I have actually got caught a little bit on that bombing zone, and it is not fun. You can actually go ahead and lose all of your players from that bombing zone.
Keep me away from that thing, man. I do not have good luck with that red zone. If I'm in it, I'm a dead man.
Let us know in the comments. You're currently watching at home. Have you ever died to the bombing zone? Yes or no? Definitely let me know. As we see CPT here just trying to team gather around, actually, because the Japanese team might be coming. And as we're seeing that, here comes the shots as well. Pretty much
saved by Pan. He's got bullet go off his pan. He's getting shot from 2 directions right now. Look at this. Cruising on by. All kinds of cars in tow here. Japan firing.
Barely being able to get over that mountain. Oh my goodness. If he would have went down there, it would have been game over for that player. And Wildcard with the DP28 hot juice, my man. He's more than likely going to be looking to get a sniper rifle. And Siga just driving around trying to throw him up as we do have Wildcard against Full Send. And here we go. Siga says, you know what, let me go ahead and jump out. There you go. There goes one outsider being able to go ahead and take out Katarina.
They're going for the points early. They wanted to be aggressive. They knew which team they had on their hands with the early knock on Fatty, and you know they're going to try to wipe them before clearing out of her board.
Oh, look at this, though. Exclusive being able to go ahead and take Hot Jokes. Hot Jokes got a little bit careless there. Pushed a little bit too much by himself, and he gets taken out of the game. But Wildcard coming in and then just taking full revenge for that. They pretty much just destroy them. But Hot Jokes,
maybe getting a little too confident coming up the stairs there and trying to push the advantage. Exclusive taking him down and getting the easy finish. Definitely a situation where you got to wait for your teammates on that one, so you have more than one person coming up those stairs.
Full Send there. Now back-to-back games that they take out players that we really didn't expect to go down that early. Hot Jukes, a huge hurt there for Wildcard as we see the zone coming in now. And we also see an airdrop smack down the middle towards Pubg. Is anybody going to go ahead and go for that? Because the AWM is in it. And as we're talking about it, look at that. The M249, level 3 military vest, all that good stuff.
Yeah, this is looking really solid for a lot of the teams. You can see the meta is kind of developing right now. A lot of early rotations, not as much edge play here. We do have a lot of terrain, though, for teams to kind of find their own place and nestle in here for the second circle. But for the most part, not a whole lot of teams on the outside right now. Everybody buying for position early.
Yeah, everybody more than likely just waiting a little bit longer. They don't want to engage this early. And if they do engage, as we saw earlier there between Evos and Cloud9, one player gets knocked down, another player gets knocked down. Pick him up and say, not right now. Let's wait towards the end. And talking about Cloud9, look at Carnage right here. Just riding along. They're actually doing the two-car strategy. That's something that I've been seeing a lot more in PUBG Mobile. Teams just pretty much getting on the two cars. Now we start to hear those shots there from Cloud9. Cloud9 trying to get somebody. We weren't able to see it there. I think it was the Japanese team. There goes the shots. They could always also go for just pretty much exploding that car.
They definitely could. But look at this. They just drove right on top of CP2, who was waiting for him at the compound here, quickly veering away. Cloud9 said, nah, we weren't ready for that one. They had wasted a lot of ammo on Japan across the field here, and they definitely weren't ready to stumble across the full squad who was waiting for them.
And BRK finds themselves in an interesting spot here, as all of them are inside the exact same building. Baraka is still alive as well. Here comes Cloud9. Caveira is able to see him. He's going to go and take it down. He starts shooting. He's going to take one down, but he gets taken out himself. And Sam right here just pretty much picking up some as well. They're now going to go ahead and lay down, trying to heal up as fast as they can.
Look at that. Bigatron up at the castle, actually third party in this fight. Really solid play from them. Cloud9 in trouble. BRK in trouble. Will Bigatron take advantage of the situation and push in?
And Baraka here with the AKM just pre-firing as much as he can. He is by himself here. He needs to go ahead and get out of the spot. He's able to go ahead and take out Connell there. He's going to keep on shooting. He takes out another man. BRK taking people out left and right.
Look at that. Baraka finishing off Kodo. He is down and out. Carnage, Sam, both trying to get back into the fight here. It looks like Rolex has been hit as well. This is trouble for C9. Rolex out of the game early. Kodo out of the game early.
Sam plus one takes one out.
Sam down.
Taking out himself. BRK on the defense here as now Cloud9 starts to push and just pretty much destroy him there. Bad place.
And down they go. Cloud9 out early for North America. Huge plays there from BRK. Baraka getting some kills. Caveira getting some kills. Saad doing his thing. Really nice work from the South American squad.
Give that man an AKM every single match. My goodness, that got me hyped. BRK is showing that, hey, we are the #1 South American team for a reason, baby. We're here to win this, and they just pretty much took out the first team, the #1 team from NA, North America, out of 9.
Absolutely. What they need to do is send a thank you card to Bigatron over there, Indonesia's team. Drop it in the third party on Cloud9 right when they got on scene. I feel a little bit bad for Cloud9. Every time they got into a fight early, they ended up stumbling across another squad. First it was Japan, and they stumbled across CPT. Then it was Bigatron taking on that fight there with BRK.
Definitely GTOU. They're just trying not to get killed once again by that bombing zone. That bombing zone can be annoying sometimes, especially if you're trying to work on positioning. Look at this. They decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and put the car inside the compound. That way nobody shoots the tires and we can still maybe get out like bandits.
You got LHW down in the south still making their way in from Novo Rodnoye. They are in the zone. They are boosted up and healing. But other than that, everyone else safe. We got teams moving in, and we got action here. We got Terror from India taking on Arab Madness here from the Middle East.
India telling them, hey, namaste, we are here to win, baby. Let's see what you got. Look at this man using the lean option there with the Scar. Scar actually becoming a really, really good weapon. There we go. Team Terror being able to go ahead and take out two there.
Nice job from Anand there, getting the kill on Alalanti from Arab Bandits. And look at that, King in the window gets shot in the face. Amit putting down those AK shots across the building.
Gotcha, baby. Go back to the lobby and wait for the next game, as now they are in a very bad spot. Team Terror, if they decide, they could actually go ahead and push like they pushed that first building, and able to go ahead and clean up everybody on that second building there, because they are so far behind. More than likely, they are going to go ahead and try to sacrifice that player.
Arab Bandits in trouble right now, but one thing they do have going for them is there is no one from Terror flanking or really spreading out at all. They are susceptible to grenades right now, so this could be interesting as they try to pick up their teammate.
And King just waiting patiently. He's trying to pretty much stay away from the windows, giving his team enough time to see if they are going to go ahead and try to risk it, pick him up. But as you see right now, they are fully outnumbered. Team Terror has 4 of them, and Arab Madness only has 2 players. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and still try to engage this, or just back up and go for placing, ladies and gentlemen. As Sakriya waiting patiently for somebody to go ahead and peek with that Scar. I'm seeing a lot of Scars on this first game.
Loving the Scar as of late. It's one of my personal favorites as of late. And, man, really good stuff here by India. Holding them back, keeping Arab Madness from going up and saving their man King. Really kind of frozen in place right now. Knight's not doing anything as far as advancing. We do have action elsewhere. GT Doyu finally making their way in here, and it looks like they are taking on, it looks like the Kuwaiti team. We've got the GG Gamers out in the field here. GT Doyu is content to group up at the compound here and get that secure position and lay down some shots on the field.
It seems like they just wanted to go in there, loot up as soon as they can, and back up. They did throw those smokes to say, not yet, we are not ready to engage. You wait a little bit longer, and they were able to actually go ahead and get a good loot. And look at this, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What a hard shift here, and look at this. Galaxy has already made the rotation up there, and they are again missing a player, but they were able to find themselves in a very advantageous position right now.
That map brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and now it looks like Team Terror from India is starting to push slowly. They know they only have 2 players. Look at this. BRK team has 3 alive. Arab Madness only actually has 2. It looks like King died throughout the process.
They let him bleed out, didn't they?
Yeah, they just had to sacrifice him. They pretty much weighed out the options. They say, if we go there, more than likely, we are just going to go ahead and get absolutely destroyed. So let's just wait for them to push us instead.
Couple of your big name teams are Q Athena, Thailand's top team here, and then we also have Evos again from Thailand. Both of those guys still at full strength, even after an early engagement with Cloud9 in the case of Evos.
And I'm actually loving the way Team Terror is pushing this all at the same time. You don't see anybody just waiting behind. They know they got the numbers. They know they pretty much just need to be able to see where they're at. I think right now they still think that they're inside the building, but Arab Man is just waiting patiently here. Yeah, using that third-person perspective to their advantage, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. They gotta watch out. They don't want to get third party. There could be another team comes around and gets them from behind for Team Terror. And here comes the shots. Team Terror just pretty much trying to get a reaction. That's something that we kind of see sometimes as well. And there you go. Now that we're able to spot them, now they know exactly where they're at. You're going to start getting those callouts. They're going to say they're outside the building towards the back, waiting patiently. Arab Bandits Knight just says, you know what? Now they've seen me. Time to move on. Let's go ahead and use this bush wikis to our advantage.
They were trying to use the element of surprise, or you saw them on both corners of that lower story, and they were trying to get a push from Terror, but Terror taking it very cautiously, very methodically, pushing up just a little bit at a time, shifting our attention to GTOU. They are taking on Bigatron right now, getting some great shots in. They've got one down on the field, and they are in trouble. Speaking of Bigatron there from Indonesia.
You gotta watch out, because I saw Wildcard there towards the end, and look at this. GTOU says, you know what? It doesn't matter how far away you are. we're still gonna shoot at you. We need the kills. Interesting stuff. They're deciding not to go ahead and blow up the cars here.
Now they've got that DP, and they're going to leave that car alive. The DP is one of the weapons that the Asian players tend to prefer, and it's definitely not something you're seeing in the meta in North America right now, although I do feel it's probably one of the most underrated weapons out there. The DP is an absolute beast.
Love that gun. It shreds vehicles. The only problem is that it does take a little bit longer to reload. So if you do end up using that gun, you more than likely want to go and have another AR or an SMG, something that shoots fast. That way you can go ahead and switch between them. And look at these shots right here. Steady shots now. They're starting to take off the tires of that car. You know what? Oh my goodness. Look at Outsider 9. Slowly. Being a little shark.
Wildcard on the aggressive per their MO. This is a really interesting move right now. This team has no idea they're there. So here we see him moving around, trying to get positioned. Will he make enough noise? It looks like they are aware of the presence.
Oh, he noticed. Seagull get some shots.
High risk doesn't pay off there for Wildcard. They lose a second member. Hot Jukes and Seagut will join each other in PUBG heaven.
And now Outsider 9K saying, you know what, this might not be worth it, ladies and gentlemen. I could get on that boat and just run away.
I think that boat is certain death right now. Wildcard, an interesting choice to go across that river at that time, but it looks like right now disengage with Arab Madness, and they're content to move on.
That was risky. They just pretty much went between all those teams and said, you know what, we're just going to take the risk. And right here we see Sika just going down. If you're in the water and you get knocked down, you're not going to be able to get revived. You're just automatically going to go ahead and die.
They tried to take advantage of the distraction, these two squads fighting each other, and unfortunately they swam directly in the line of sight here of a firefight that was going on. Other than that, maybe he would have gotten lucky there, but Sika goes down, and there's still 16 teams on the board, so everyone here is still in it. You're going to see Wildcard start to play for position most likely, and probably cut back on some of the aggressive play.
Definitely, we saw Team Japan there just waiting patiently, starting to move that car around, and look at this. We got BRK still in the same spot where they were able to go in and take out Cloud9. And more than likely, I noticed that Sanhok already has been damaged a little bit, so they know the exact position here in Caveira, which came in huge with the AKM earlier, just waiting patiently, letting them get